Okay, so good evening, everybody, and you are welcome once again to today's class. Today's class is going to be the final class in our data transformation series. And in this series, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be discussing about some advanced level transformations. We are basically going to be doing three or four things today. First, we're going to be merging queries together, that is, picking information from one side, from one table, and adding it with information in another table. So we are merging tables together. We're going to be doing that today. And we're also going to be using some form of lookup as well. Then once we are done, we're also going to be learning how to append queries with one another. So we're going to be learning the difference between merge and difference between append. And I think that's basically what we are going to be doing today. So that's basically what we are going to be doing today. Then at the end of the day, so there's one thing I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be sending on the group. I'm going to be sending a sheet list, or what is it called? A sheet, sheet that allows you to so you can actually know when you want to do this, you go to this place. So it's more like a quick referencing. Or if I want to remove column, if I want to promote headers, if I want to train, if I want to change case, if I want to split column, if I want to replace, well, how do I go about all of this? So I'm going to create a sheet for you, and I'm going to send it to you as well on our platform. And I'm also going to append put it in the description of this video. So now, without any further ado, I think it's safe for us to start today's class. So today we are starting with this, and we are continuing with our Power BI file in which we added some data transformation tables, and we've been able to talk about different ways in which we can transform data. We started talking about how to clean data, then we move on to working with text transformations, splitting columns, removing duplicates, removing orders, pivot, unpivot, practicing pivot, transposing, date calculation, and all that. We're able to do all that the times that we were in class, and immediately the previous class we talked about dates, working with dates. We're able to do quite a lot of things with dates, and also we were able to work on conditional columns. We were able to create new columns based on a condition that was given to us. So today we are going to be going into merging columns and appending columns. So what does it mean to merge columns? To merge columns means that what? We have some information on one table and we have other information in another table. And we want to bring the information on both tables together. Are you following? So let's look at number 14 and sheet 14 and sheet 15. Now, sheet 14 is the sales data. So let's quickly clean this up with our basic cleaning. What do we do here? I think all we need to do here is to do what? Is to add what? Use the first row as headers, isn't it? So let's just quickly do that. Use first row as headers. And I noticed that the date is not what we want it to be. So just go to date and change it to date. Right. Replace current, and we're back to date. Good. So we have here the order ID, we have the date, we have the product, we have the quantity, we have the unit price, and we have the customer ID. Now the unit price has N all along, so we don't necessarily need to change it, right? We can just leave it there. Basically, for what we want to do, we don't really need to change it, just leave it the way it is. So which is like 2,505 naira, something like that. So now let's go to the next table. The next table is the feedback. So let's quickly do what we did earlier. We use first row as headers, right? We are change the date from this to date, and then let's replace current, and we are back. So we are good. So what is happening? Now we have in this place, we have the sales that was done. These are the orders. This is the date the orders took place. These are the products that was bought or that were bought. This is the quantity of product bought. This is the unit price of the products that were bought. And here we have what we call the customer ID. That is the customers who actually bought those products. The customers who actually bought the products, who owns the orders. That is what we have here. Now, my people, if you now go to number 15, 15 says you have the feedback, which is the feedback of each and every of the customers. So let's look at it. We have the feedback ID. We know what feedback is. You bought something online and they ask you for a feedback. They want your comment on something, right? That is feedback. They want to hear from you about their product and something like that. That is feedback, right? So here you have the feedback ID, the date of the feedback, the customer ID, the rating, and the comment that was given. So what we have here, for example, is feedback one was on the 1st of January 2024, and the customer ID, the customer 101, gave us a rating of 4 out of 5. And then the customer then gave a what? A comment telling us that this is a great service. Now, usually we could have worked with this alone, right? Since it's just the feedback data. But what if you now say, okay, I want to see in the sales data, I want to see also the feedback the customer who has bought this product. I want to know the feedback that customer has for me. Are you with me? I want to know the feedback the customer has for me. And I want to see all of them in the same table. We want to see all of them in the same table such that the feedback data, the rating, and the comments, which is the actual feedback data, I want it side by side with what was bought. Are you with me? I want it what? Side by side with what was bought. So that is what we want to do today, such that you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 2 extra columns, with the 2 extra columns coming from this table being the rating column and the comment column. So we want to add that to it. And you know, this is not Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets where you just copy this, Control C, and go and paste it. No, you don't do that. So there is a process in which we are going to be doing that, and that is what part of what we're going to learn today. That's where we're starting from today. So the first thing you need to do after you have done your basic transformations, like I did, you ask yourself a question. So what is the question you ask? The question is, what is the common column? What is the common column between the two tables? Now, professionally, we would say, what is the relationship between the two tables? What is the relationship between the two tables? When I say relationship, it means you're talking about the common column between the two relationships, which also means they are talking about which column appears in the first table and which column appears exactly the same pattern in the second table, in which we can use to match. We can use that column to relate between the two of them. Mind you, when you are doing stuff like this, you need to also take note that that relationship column, it should not be something that is appearing, that is over the place, that is appearing more than one time. In more professional settings, that relationship or that type of column, we call them relationship keys. The relationship keys are basically, on the basics, two. We have the primary keys and the foreign keys. The primary keys are the part of a table in which every single thing in that table is unique, and also it does not accept null values, right? So there is no null and everything is unique. For example, in this table now, the order ID, order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is unique. If you look at this one too, the feedback ID is unique, but we are not going to use that. right? We need to learn how to map properly. So because if you use this other ID and other ID, if I come to this feedback, I necessarily might not see an other ID in this place, isn't it? So in this case, this is not my relationship key, or I can't use other ID to map. Then I look again. Okay, yes, I have dates. Yes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, up to 10. In this place as well, I have the dates. Yes, first, second, third, fifth, 10. It will look as though you could use the date. But then, what if two people bought on that same day? Aha! How are you going to know? So we then take it a step further. We then say, okay, let's look. Is it the product? We have the product in this place, but there is no product in this place. No. Then we say, okay, we have quantity here. Obviously, there's no quantity there. We have unit price here. Obviously, there's no unit price there. Then we have the golden boy, customer ID. Now we have the customer ID here, each of them being unique. Yes, at this case, it's probably a relationship key. It's just probably either a foreign key in this place, right? But it can still be used as a relationship key. It can be used for mapping. Then we go to the feedback data. We also notice that yes, there's actually a customer ID in this place. So that means the customer ID in the sales data table can match with the customer ID in the feedback table. Now we can now do our mapping. You remember when we are in nursery school, we usually do mapping. You write A in this place, you write small letter B, small letter A, you draw a line from capital letter A to small letter A, from capital letter B to small letter B. That type of mapping is what I am really what I am talking about. Please, are you following me, everybody? If you are following me, in the comment section, can I see F in the chat box? Perfect. Thank you. Okay, good, good, good. So now let's now do that. So how do we now merge two tables together? To do that, we go to home and we see this part here that says combine. We see this part that says what? Combine. But for combining, you notice that we have two things allowed to do here. We have the merge queries and append queries. And in front of merge queries, you can see we have what? We have this drop down, which says you to match the queries, and you have match queries as new. Now, let us quickly talk about the differences between the two of them. What does merge query mean? Merge query means that what? You are going to be doing the merging of the two tables, but it is going to be done in the first table. Are you following? So it's going to be done right there on sales data. But if you use merge query as new, it's going to create a new duplicated version of the sales data, and then you will now add the what you want to merge with it will be on that new one. Why is that usually the better choice? Because it protects, it allows you to save what you have earlier so that in case you want to go back to it, you can easily go back to it. But it has a cost in terms of memory and the rest. But for beginner class like we are having right now, I would not want to use merge queries, or I'm going to do the two of them so we will see exactly what I mean. So let's first start with merge queries. Now we have merge queries. I'm going to click on it. Bam. When I click on merge queries, we're going to have this window box that will come up. It says select a table and matching columns to create a merge query. So you can see up here we have the sales data shown to us, right? Then underneath here, you see this place here. We just click on it and it has all the list of all the tables that we have in the file, in all the queries. So you need to choose the one that you want to work with. And we are working with number 15, which is feedback data now. Now you can see We have 14 up, we have 15 down. And you notice that all the columns are appearing. At least a snippet is appearing. Then, what do? We have this major thing here, the join kind. The what? The join kind. So, what is the join kind all about? The join kind, if I click on it, I have quite a lot of things there. The first one being the left outer, which is usually the most popular one used. The second one being the right outer. The third one being the full outer. Then the inner, the left anti and right anti. So let's quickly talk about each and every one of them. Now, let's start with left outer. What does left outer mean? Left outer means that what? You are bringing everything from the first table, in this case, the sales data, and only part of the feedback data that has a match is what I'm going to bring into it. That is left outer. Then the second one is right outer. The right outer means you are taking everything from the second table, in this case now feedback data, and they are only bringing what is matching from the sales data into the feedback data. That's that. Then we have the full outer. The full outer means you are taking all the rows from the two tables. You are bringing them together. Then we have the inner. The inner means that what? You are only bringing what is common. Only what is matching. That is the only thing you are bringing together. Then you have the left anti, which means you're only bringing what we have in the first table, and you have the right anti, which is you're only bringing what is in the second table. Now, why is this very important? It is important to know all these join kinds because this is what allows you to be able to merge the two tables together. In this case now, what we want is whatever is in this side and what is in this side, then we bring it together. That is what we want to do, which is only the matching rows. Only the matching rows. Now, in number 16 and 17, we are going to see left in action. In this place as well, we can actually use left because that is the default, right? So anyone works. So let's even try with left. What does left mean here? Left means that what? I'm taking based on this condition that is here, this customer ID. Look at the customer ID that is in this place. Then go to feedback data. Look at the customer ID that is in this place and show me only the comment or the rating of the one that is common. I can see 101 here. I can see 101 here. I can see 102 here. I can see 102 here. I can see 103 here. I can see 103 there. So you bring the two of them together. So if, for example, there is 105 in this place and there is no 105 in this place, this 105 that is here will still show, but it will not have anything from the feedback side. That is left. But if I use inner, if 105 is here and there is no 105 here, the 105 will not even show at all in the result. So that is things that you should need to put, you need to pay attention to. In this case, let's start with join, with left. Now you notice this down here that says use fuzzy matching. This is the point where I go back to, I beg you in the name of God, don't touch it. This is that point. Because fuzzy matching is just like fuzzy logic. You just look at, okay, this one look like this one look like this, pim, 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 pim. That's what will happen. This one look like this one look like this. Whether it's correct or not correct, it just fuzzies together. So you don't click use fuzzy margin. Are you following? And even this other one, leave it alone. Based on what we have joined, now, how do we now join here? If you notice, I clicked on customer ID. I must click on the customer ID, which is the what? The relationship. Then I must come to this place too and click on the customer ID, which is also the relationship, such that the two relationships must be what? Must be clicked. Then I know that, okay, this one and this one are the relationship keys. Once I'm done with that, I will look down here. I will see something that says the selection matches 10 over 10. If it is not up to that, it will tell me the amount of matching that actually happens. Are you following? Good. Then I'm going to say okay. When I say okay, bam, something now pops up. Now and I have the 15 feedback data sitting down there, bagada. Right? You're not asking yourself, what is all this? It's showing table, 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 but I did not break table. You have forgotten that. You remember that you merged one table to another table. And now that table is now coming here. So what do you now do? I don't need the table. I need only 2 columns in that table. So how do I bring in the 2 columns that I need from that table? So if you look at the 15 feedback data here, you see this icon here. You click on it. Bam. Once you click on it, it's going to show you this. What is this? This is telling you all the columns that is in that table. So this thing that we clicked on is more like an expander, right? So if you click on the expander, I just gave it the name. I don't know if it's expander, but I think I like the word expander like that. So when you click on the expander, you can see you have expand, you have aggregate. So we are working with expand. Now you can see down here, you have all the columns. So if you have numerous columns, like maybe 50, 60, and you don't even know which one, you can come to this place and just search for your what? Search for your columns, and you'll be able to click on it. But since this table now, the columns are not much. We first uncheck select all columns. Then what do? We choose the columns that we need. In this case, we need the rating column and we need the feedback column. Then once we are that, we now have this one that says use original name as prefix. But before I uncheck it, I will click OK now so that we can see the effect of me not checking that place. So when I click OK, what are we going to have? What we are going to be showing, or what will be shown, is only these 2 tables at the other side. So if I say OK, bam, now my people, do you see? Now I have the rating and the comment. But there's something in front of it. I can still say 15 feedback data dot rating, then 15 feedback data dot comment. Why do I have that there? I have that there because, let's go back to these settings, because in this place, when it add, hold on, let me go to this merge queries. So good. So in this place, when I had that one, I did not uncheck this. Are you following? So let's delete this. Let's delete it. Now, let's do it again. If I unselect all, click rating, click comment, and I uncheck this one now. So when I say okay, do you see what we have? You can see now we don't have that 15 feedback data like that again. What do we have instead? We have the rating and then we have the comments. Now this is now part of the data. So that is how you merge, as simple as that. But what if this is us merging without merging as new? Remember. So now, how do we now merge as new? What happens when we choose merge as new? So we'll come to merge queries, click merge as new. You'll see what will happen. It's still the same thing, right? But let's see. So I'm clicking 15. Now I'm clicking the customer ID here, the customer ID here, left, outer, or inner, anyone, and we're just saying okay. Now what happens? You now see it down here. You have merge one. You have what? Merge one. So now I can now double click that, pam pam, and then did what? Say um, merge 14 and 15. This is much more safer. Then I can continue every other thing. Oh, I don't want that. I want us the rating and the comment and just okay. Now we are good, we are fine. That is how to merge tables together. That is how you merge tables in Power BI. Now, this one is very easy. Now let's now go to 16 and 17. So we have this in 16. In the scenario for 16, we have the order ID, the product code, the quantity, the order date, the customer name. We have that in 16. And then in 17, we have the product master that tells us, so let's use first row as headers. Now we have the product code, we have the product name, the category of the product, the unit of the product, and the supplier of the what? Of the product. So what do we want to do now? What we want to do is basically what? We want to add the name of the product, the category of the product, the unit price of the product, and the supplier to the other data that we have in this place. Are we following? That is what we want to do. So how do we now go about it? Remember the concept of primary and foreign key I mentioned earlier. This is an example of where to play. Now in the product master, we have the product code. They are all listed here. But in the other data, we also have the product code there. So it's very easy for us to know that that is the relationship between the two of them. Then what next do we now do? We need to bring all those information of the product from this place into this place. So how do we go about it? How do we go about it? That way, because we also want to know the total amount that the customer has to spend. These are some of the scenarios that happen. Because in this case now, we only have the quantity the customer bought. We don't have the unit price the customer bought. So we don't know the total amount this customer is actually spending, isn't it? We don't even know the name of the product the customer is buying. So we need to bring it side by side so that we can have an holistic view. Are you with me, everybody? So how do I do that? Same thing, right? This is the product code here. Then this is the product code in the master as well. So let's use a merge as new, right? So how do I go about that? Now, if you look at it in this case, everybody, let us look at something. You know, we did sales and feedback earlier. It is 10 rows here. There are 10 rows there and there are 10 rows there. Isn't it? It's quite easy. That one is straightforward. But look at this one now in other data. Other data has 15 and the products that we have are only 10. Which means in this place, more than one, a product might have been bought more than one time. Very possible. Or there might be a product that was even bought that we might not have in our inventory. Very possible too. So how do we now conquer all that? So to conquer all that, we go to our other data, we click on merge queries, but this time around, merge query as new. Then what do? We click other data up, then we come down and we choose what? The second one is product master. What is the relationship between the two of them, everybody? Anybody? Use your mic. What is the relationship? Product code. Perfect. That's it. Product code. So I click on product code up, I click on product code down. Now, product code down. You can see when I click on product name, it's telling me This selection matches 0. When I click on product code, immediately said the selection matches 15 of 15. So we are good. Then I say okay, bam. And now I have the same thing here. Then I need to just uncheck. I have product code earlier in that place. I don't need to show product code. But I want to see the name of the product, the category of the product, the unit, and the supplier. Then I will say okay. Then it's going to arrange everything for me. You know that in this case, this product code that is here is not arranged in the same way we had it in the product master, isn't it? But based on the mapping that it will do underneath, it has done all of that for us. Now we have the exact thing the person bought. Now we can now do our simple calculation. For example, we want to add the total price. So now, based on what we have done, if I want to add the total price column, the total amount column, how do I go about it? Who wants to give it a try? Anybody? No, you're not writing code. It's very simple. So how do I multiply the, okay, let's see. I think the other column is quantity. So let's even drag it to beside yourself. So I'll drag it. So so how do I do unit price multiply by quantity? That's what I'm asking about. Boom, 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 boom. I think it's from your hand. The screen is showing. We have unit price, we have quantity. So how do we do it in Power BI? We want to multiply it. How do I multiply it? I know we are multiplying it. So how do I multiply it? Tell me. It's not transform. Yes. And then we'll get multiplication. Where's multiplication? So where's multiplication of? I can't see it here. I can't see multiplication here. Ha 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 ha. So I go to standard. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gladys, for that. So you click on the two things you want to multiply first. You hold your control, you go to quantity, and you go to unit price. Once you have done that, then you see what do you want to do? You want to you can see now you cannot use that standard again. Why can't you use that standard again? Because you said transform. But the multiplication we are going to be doing here is going to be adding a new column. Do you see? That is why instead of transform, you go to new column to add column. So inside of add column, now you see quantity and unit price. Then you see the standard now. Then you see multiply. Then you click on it. Bam. Now, once you click on it, you can see you have the multiplication. The code is up here. Like Amina is looking for code. We have it up here, but we use just drag and drop. Click, 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 and we have our result here. Now, I can now change this from multiplication to what? Total amount. Yes, promise. Tell me. Okay, so let's take it again. Somebody else also raised their hand. Okay, still promise. So let's take it one more time. So how do I multiply two columns together? It's very simple. You ask yourself, what are the two columns you want to multiply together? We have the quantity column and the unit price column, right? So you click on the quantity and you hold control and you click on the unit price. So the two columns or more columns that you want to multiply together, they are highlighted. Once they have been highlighted, you now need to go to add colon. So from add column, what then do? You look for the place that says standard. Now, if you want to write the code yourself, you can come and click on custom column here, and you can write is equal to this multiplied by that. But no, life is easy with Power Query. So you go to standard here, click on standard, then you see the standard calculations that you can do. You have add, multiply, subtract, divide, modulo, and the rest. What I want to do is I want to multiply table A and table B. I want to multiply table A and table B. So how do I go about that? I go to multiply, bam, and once I click multiply, automatically multiplication shows for you. That multiplies the quantity by the unit price, and then you have it here. Then you ask yourself, is this the name I want to give the column? No, I need to give it a professional name, which is what? Instead of multiplication, I give it what? Total amount. Total amount. Good. Then I say enter. Bam. Now I have the total amount column. Are we following me, everybody? So that is how you do merge and some other calculations with merging. You can see why merging is very, very important. You are going to be seeing stuffs like this as you proceed. So I'm just going to do, so this is merge what? This is merge 16 and 17. Now, let's now talk about append. The next one to talk about is append. So, what does append does? Let us look at this. Marketing data 1, marketing data 2, and marketing data 3. But let's look at this. Let's clean each and every one of them up. We just do what? Once in a while, you people might have this that says this preview may be up to date. Just click refresh and that goes. No issue about that. In case you are wondering what that is. So it's just that telling you that the last time you had a refresh, because Power BI likes to automatically refresh itself. So you have the newest version of the data. So when you have something like that, just click on refresh and it will refresh and that goes for you. So what do we have here? Use first row as header, and that goes. So let's do that of 19 as well. Use first row as headers, and let's go to 20 as well. Use first row as header. So now on 18, so if you look at it, in 18, we have campaign ID, the date, the channel, the cost, the impressions, and the click. In 20, you have the campaign ID, the date, the channel, the cost, the impression, and the click. On 2020, we have the campaign ID, the date, the channel, the cost, the impression, and the click. What's that telling you, everybody? You have the same type of data, but they are all in 3 different places. Now, append means that what? You are bringing your table one on top of the other. Are you following me? You are bringing your tables on top of one another. Merge is you are bringing them side by side. But append is that what? You are bringing them on top of one another. Now, when you are appending, there are some things you also need to take note of. The major thing there is that the name of the column should be similar. Sometimes earlier it used to be that it must be similar, but right now I'm not sure. I think we'll try it, we'll see. But the major thing there is that the type of data that is in each and every one of them, it is important that they are the same, or else you will be going into error. So in this case, now I can see this date now. We need to quickly change it back to date so that it is in the right way. Then the other one to date. And let's leave this last one. We'll leave this last one. We'll not change this date. So let's see what happens. Are you all following me? So let's see what happens. So I go to marketing data 1. I have all this here, right? Then I have marketing data 2. I have all this here. Then I have marketing data 3. So I want to append the three of them together. That is, I want to bring the three of them as one single table. So how do I go about it? I go to marketing data 1. I see append queries up here. I click on it. Then I see append queries, which will actually mean that everything will be appended right on 18. But I want it as a new table. So I click append query as new. Then a dialog box will pop up. Now it's asking me a question. Do you want to append or concatenate the rows? So append means that you're concatenating the rows from two tables into a single column. But it's asking you a question. Are you using two tables only, or you are using three or more tables? In this case, we are not doing two tables. We are doing three tables. Because if you are doing two tables, all I need to do is just click on this and look for the second table, which is in this case now 19, right? 19, and I will say okay. And then it will try to append 18 and 19. You can see it has done that. But I need the third one as well. So, and I need to do it all at the same time. So what do I do? Let me delete this. Delete. So I go back again to this and I say append. Then I say append as new. Then I ask myself, what am I doing? I'm working with three tables. So I click three tables. Now you can see it has changed. So what do I have here? I need to see the first table that we selected is here. Then I just need to drag down and look for the remaining tables that we want to append. So I want to bring 19. I'll click add. I want to bring 20. I click add. Now, I'm not going to say okay. Boom. Then we have our result. Now, in this case, I think it is better. I think the only reason why this is properly appended is because they both share the what? The same, what's it called? The same column name. They both share the same column name. That is why it's easy. Let me quickly come here and say date 1. Let's see. Now let me come to this place now. Now everybody look at what happened. In this place, I had my normal date. This time around, it's still in date. Let's scroll down. Those other ones that I did not come to date, they are all in null. But because I changed the name, that date 1, it created a new column entirely. So these are some practices you need to avoid and make sure that all the three of them, they have both the same name and the same data type. So I'll go back to my marketing data 3. I will edit now to what? Date alone. And I will change this from this to what? Date. Now, if I go to my append now, you will see that automatically it has loaded for me. And now I have everything in the perfect condition. 101 to 110, then 201 to 210, then 301 to 310, all in one single table. That is how you merge and you append tables together. So I don't know if you have any questions. Do we have any questions for me? So if you have any questions, please raise your hands. Yes, let's start. Abdurrahim Aminat, tell me. Okay, thank you very much for that, Aminat. As regards the when we did the merging, right? So let's go back to 14 and 15. So Aminat, no, stay, don't mute yourself. Don't mute. So Aminat, you can see we have these tables, this table, right? Order ID down to customer ID. Then we have the feedback here. So we want to know the feedback of each and every customer, the rating they gave and the comments they gave. That is exactly what we want to do. Are you following? So I go here now, I see there's a customer ID in this place. In the place I want to merge it with, I also see that there's a customer ID there. And the two customer IDs are matching. There is 101 here. If I go to the other place, there's also 101 there. There's 102 here. There's also 102 in that place. Up to 110 here, 110 in the other side. Are you following? Based on that, that is the relationship, or that is a column I can use to map the two tables together. Are you following me? So how then do I now do it? I click on the first one, which is this table. Then I do what? I go to merge queries here. When I click on merge queries, I have this pop-up comes for me, merge. In it, I have this stuff that says, that gives you the first, all the stuff from the first table. Are you still with me, Amina? Then if you come here, you notice that I have all the other tables in the data here, but the one we are working with is number 15, which is the feedback data. They are all showing now. If you look at it, I cannot click OK here. Why can't I click OK? Is because I have not chosen the relationship keys. So how do I choose the relationship keys? You can see when I click on one, it's telling me select the same number of columns from both visible tables. Do you notice it says same number of columns? Meaning that sometimes it might not be only one thing you want to use to do what? To merge. You can use two tables to, two columns to merge in both tables. But in this case, you are using one. So you look at customer ID up here and you come to customer ID down here. So you click it here, you click it here. You can see the two of them are a bit highlighted. Now, once they are highlighted, you notice down here that what the selection matches 10/10. Then you are good on that. Then once you are done that, what do? You just say okay, pam, and then this pops up for you. Now, this that is popped up, you can't do what? You notice that you are not seeing the margin, right? You are not seeing you are not seeing what you have marked. Instead, you are seeing table, 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 table. But table, 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 table is not what you actually did. You want to see those columns. So to do that, you come to this expander right here. You click on the expander and you see, oh, these are the columns, right? You uncheck select all columns. I mean, now, are you still with me? So which columns do we need here? So we need the rating and we need the comment, as simple as that. Then we say okay. Then once you do that, you can see we have it shown here for you, and we are good on that. So that is how we merge tables together. Yeah, so let's use the inner. So if I use inner, we are basically going to have the same thing, right? You can see say this selection takes 10/10 from the first table and 10/10 from the second table. So if I say okay, it still results. Don't worry, as we proceed in the class, everybody, as we proceed, we are going to be having some other projects that you would be able to use different, what's it called, different types of join. The purpose of this is to explain the principle of merging two tables together. Is that understood? So don't worry yourself. So if we click here, we have it and we are good. So yes, thank you very much, Amina. Do we have any other person with any question? This is going to be the last class on data transformation series. So if you have any question all around, maybe on other things that we discussed before now that you need to ask, you need to, now is the time for us to ask. Because from here, we're going to be moving into what you have all been waiting for. Okay, Gladys. Madam Gladys, you have raised your hand. Good evening, ma. Yes. Cargo. From cargo. Yes. Yes. Okay, so okay. So you are not wrong. Yes. So you said you go to Kaggle, right, to actually download data sets. So majority of the data sets we have on Kaggle are usually already cleaned. Majority of them. Just few are not clean. Are you following me? So for those of us who are with us, so there's a website called, so let me open my Google. Let's come here so everybody can see. So there's a website called cargo.com where you can go to actually um you can go to cargo.com and you see different data sets you can work with, just so that you can learn. You can do a lot of visualizations, analysis, to build up your portfolio and the rest. Are you following me? So if you go to this website, I don't know why the network is slowing down. What's going on? Okay, it's coming up. So cargo.com is a place that you go to. We have millions of data sets there, right? So if you go to data set section, you have data sets, plenty of it. I think my network is bad. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so you can see. So you have a lot of data sets, different things, and the rest like that, right? So it's a very good place. But the majority of them, the only issue is that the majority of them have been cleaned. Are you following? But let's see whether we have a data cleaning data set. Let's just say data cleaning. So let's see whether we have something like that. Aha, look at this one, Netflix data, cleaning analysis visualization. See this one, cafe sales, dirty data for cleaning training. You can see this one now. So you can click into it and then you can try to download it. So let's see, this data cleaning has 10,000 raw synthetic data, right? Is intentionally dirty, missing values. Everything we talked about is there. Missing values, inconsistent, and errors introduced to this and this. So it is good for your data wrangling and feature engineering. So you have all the columns. You can see transaction ID, item, quantity, price per unit, total spent. You have all of them. I think we should download. Should we download this data set? And let's see whether we can do something with it. We should download it and I should give it to you as assignment. Ha 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 ha. You did a fine job, oh. It's not me. I'll just click that to have it downloaded. Okay. 1 minute. Yes. Okay, so that's that. Thank you very much, madam. So I'll get it downloaded and I'll send it across to everybody. So let's go. Abdurrahim Aminat, you have raised your hand. Tell me.
So I don't know if you can say.
Okay, pivot and unpivot, right?
Yes.
Good. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
talk about pivot and unpivot. 1 minute. Okay, so just quickly do that. Okay, so pivot and unpivot is this. If you look at this here, Aminat, we have this that
Sir?
you have this product category, isn't it? You have the year 2022, 2023, 2024. Now what is showing is that we have phone
It's not
accessories. Is not what?
okay. Showing now.
Okay, good. Now you have this product category, the year, different years. So product accessories in 2022 was 50,000. In 2023 was 60,000. In 2024 was 70,000. Are you following? So what we want to do is that
Yes, sir.
we don't want it to be in this format. Instead, we want it to be in this format where you have the product category, the year, and the revenue. So we are just changing the columns from the way they are. These columns, we want to turn each and every of these columns into rows. Are you following?
Okay.
And while maintaining
Yes.
these values. So what happens is that when this column changes to row, these ones that are unique in this place, they are going to be expanded. This one is showing only one time. But when we make it big, when we pivot it, it means that what? Phone accessories will show for 2022, 2023, 2024. So pivot in the first instance is you summarizing. I don't know if you are familiar with Microsoft Excel. In Microsoft Excel, we call something pivot table, which is a summarizer table. Are you following? And that is what gives stuffs like
Yes.
this. So what has been summarized, you want to now expand it. That is pivot and unpivot. Do you understand now?
Okay. Yes.
Good. So that is that. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Aminat.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, everyone. Oluchi. Oluchi, tell me.
Mr. Bankole, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I
How are
don't know,
you?
my I'm fine, sir. My own is date calculations. I don't know if you can do magic on it for us, sir.
Magic. Did you watch the video?
It's like the date calculations. Like if you want to change your locale, like so that like when you have like a data set
Mm-hmm.
that the date is not rhyming with your system date, like how will you go about so that after cleaning that it's not throw up an error.
Okay. So for dates locale now, the only issue is that my own is automatically doing those dates. So I can't. I would have loved that we had somebody who can share their screen whose local is not working. Because for dates locale, it's just that maybe it's used in a way. The date locale is used in a way such that the the if for example in this case now I have 15/05/1990, isn't it? If the data was stored in 1990/15/5, are you following? Then I can use this locale to merge it back to the way I want it to be displayed. So if I want to do that, I need to come to this side here. Then I use using locale. I don't have a data set to actually practicalize that with now. That's the issue I'm having. So if I have this here. I need to change it to a date. Then I need to change the local I want. So let's assume I want to use United States of America's local now. So USA, right? Say I want to use USA, right?
Mr. Bankole, where did you press to get this? Your this one was lagging. I did not see where you pressed to arrive there.
Okay, 1 minute, I'm coming. Okay, so now you can see this birth date that we have here. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
So now if I click on birth date, I'll click on this, you can see this date icon beside it. I'll click on it, bam. So when I click on it, it shows me the data types that is available. But I have this last one which is using locale. So I'll not click on it. So you now use it to change the format. Now you can see it is a data type is text. You change from text to date. It is in Nigeria, English Nigeria, because my laptop is currently still showing Nigeria, right? But I want it in, let's say, English United States. So English United States, for example. Now you can see United States of America, they have their month always showing before the day, the month, the day, the year. You can see. Then I will not say okay. Now you can see nothing really changed in this place because the date does not really have an error. That's why. So if, for example, the date, this birth date, the way it was, it is in that format of um, the US format. You see that data type that we downloaded, that cargo data set that we downloaded. Let us open it. I'm coming. I just remembered now. There should be a date column somewhere here. There should be a date. Let me see. Is there no date? Aha! See this one. This is where I'm going to use it. You see that this format, in this format, what do we have? This format we have 2023-09-08, isn't it? 2023-05, something like this. If you are bringing it into Power BI now, right? If your own date time on your computer, look at my own, if it is not aligning with this, it can pop up error. So you now need to convert this. You need to tell the computer to know the locale that that date is coming from. So let's assume this date is coming from, let's say, USA now. It is then you now choose that USA that you had in that place. Are you following me? So it will know that, oh, this date is in the USA. It will now convert it to your own locale. Are you following me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. But this is an assignment for you, so I don't want to do it now. I have downloaded it. I will send it to all of you. So all of you, the first assignment is what? Working on that data set. So I'm very sure that I have already taught you as much as possible quite a lot of things on data transformation. Yes, there can be few new things that you're going to pick up from the assignment. I doubt that though. But let us work on that data set, and then should we try to solve it next class? Or and I have something planned for next class. Okay, we can just find a day and then we solve it. Maybe next Tuesday. Then we'll continue on Thursday. Okay, so thank you very much everybody for staying tuned. Thanks for coming to class today. And for those of us who are joining online, who will be watching the recording of this class, thank you very, very much. Please don't forget to like, comment, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have many more. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of people. I'm going to be bringing more professionals who are going to be training us on different things. Don't worry, a lot of loaded people. They're going to be teaching us on different things. So we've been able to talk about data transformation as much as possible now. I'm very sure that at least somebody who has been here from the beginning up to now should be able to transform any form of data given to them. I'm 100% sure that you'll be able to do that. So if you don't still understand some concepts, please go back to the recording, watch the videos. If the videos are not clear enough, change the setting of the video from maybe 360 pixel to 720 pixel, and you'll be able to watch in a clear version. So thank you very much everybody. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and put your comments and share with your friends. If you want to join us, drop a comment on the YouTube channel and we'll share the WhatsApp link to you. Thank you very much everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye. See you next class.